What's up, Towners? All right, to start off with this recipe here, we have a chuck roast. This chuck roast is about 2 pounds. We went ahead and cracked open the package, cleaned off the meat, and patted it dry. Now we are sprinkling over top of it some of our Cooking with Thatown2 steak seasoning. If you guys would like to support the business, in the description box below, we have a link to our seasoning website. If you don't have any steak seasoning on hand, you can always make it yourself. It's basically made out of some salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder, paprika. And this is our Cook with Thatown2 steak seasoning. Once we spread the seasoning all over the meat, we went ahead and went to our skillet, put down some olive oil and heated the skillet over medium-high heat, and then placed our roast into the skillet. We're basically going to be browning all sides of the meat for about 2 minutes or so on each side, just enough to get a good sear and all over, get the seasoning to stick to it, start turning brown a bit, and do that on all sides of the meat. After you're finished browning all sides of the meat, we're going to go ahead and go to the crock pot. You don't have to do that. You can definitely skip that step, but it does add an additional level of flavor to the meat. After we put it in the crock pot, we put that onto high for about 6 hours. And here we're making a liquid for that. This is basically water with some beef bouillon. Mixed everything up together and poured that into the crock pot along with some apple cider vinegar. At first we didn't pour all the liquid in, but then we ended up pouring it all into the crock pot and then popped the lid on it. We also seasoned that up with some additional seasoning. We added in some additional salt, kosher salt, garlic powder, and onion powder, and popped the lid on top of it and let that go. Again, we set that on high for about 6 hours total time. At the 4.5 hour mark, we finally popped the lid on top of it just to add some additional veggies into it. We added in some additional cloves of garlic as well as a whole yellow onion. Just rough chopped that up and added that into it and let that go. After the 1.5, 2 more hours of cooking on that, we came to check the meat, and it was definitely done at this point. I had a plastic fork here, and I basically just poked holes into the meat to see if it was fork tender, and you can see it definitely is. The plastic fork is just going into the meat like butter, so we definitely knew it was soft enough at that point. And the onions and garlic were definitely tender at that point for cooking in the liquid for about an hour and a half or 2 hours. So now the meat is done. It's been cooking on high for 6 hours. We didn't flip it over or anything. We just left it on that one side the whole way through. And now we're going to start shredding the meat up. We just took 2 forks. I'm still using that plastic fork, as you can see there, and basically broke the meat up to shred it into the liquid. Here we are showing you a close-up of what the meat looked like as soon as we broke it open with the forks. Definitely soft and tender at this point, so we just again shredded everything up as best as we could. I could have got in there and used my hands. I actually do. My mom got me some of those bear claw shredders, but I felt this was too small of a piece of meat to use for that. I also could have used my hands to break that up, but it probably would have burned it because that liquid was super hot. So using the forks worked fine with that. We let that go on low to let the liquid just marinate in the juice for another 30 minutes or so while we were making our sides. For the sides, we added in we steamed some cauliflower and placed a roast over top of that, along with some cabbage. The cabbage is some of the leftover cabbage that we had from Father's Day. And then we also made a side salad with lettuce, spinach, cheese, and some blue cheese dressing. We went in for a taste test for that, and this roast came out great. It tasted great over top of the cauliflower as well as with the cabbage. I was thinking of doing some cauliflower mashed potatoes, but I was like, whole cauliflower will do the same job. That'll work also for us. Now the liquid that came out with the juice, the au jus or whatever you want to call that tasted great. You can basically drink the liquid with that. So I definitely plan on playing around with that or maybe adding that to some other dishes. But this was our roast. Super quick, popped it in the crock pot, set it and forget it, and it was good to go. Hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. If you have any questions or comments, as always, feel free to hit us up in the comment section below. And as always, guys, thank you guys for watching. Enjoy.
Enjoy. And please subscribe. Enjoy.
Hey Towners, please like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. All ingredients and directions are listed in the description box below each video. And as always, thank you guys for watching.